welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Amy. I am a program assistant here at Bagot. Apparently, I've totally forgotten what I do. I had this great plan today. I was going to go out for a little walk and take you with me. We were going to have a little live time together, out getting some exercise, but I got involved in something while I was sitting on my computer. And here I still am. All of a sudden, I look down, and it was time for Wellness Wednesday, and I actually am a couple minutes late. So this is what happens to me a lot, and I have a feeling I'm not the only one. And then all of a sudden the idea of a walk goes out the door. Now, whether it's because I'm working or I suddenly am doing laundry or feeding the dogs or whatever, and then I sit down and then I pull out the Candy Crush, and that's it. It's day over and no activity happens. So I think, that's probably one of my goals. We talked about those a couple weeks ago with it being the new year. I don't really believe in resolutions, but I do believe in goals. And one of those things is I need to move a little bit more. And I need to shift my thinking again. I've done this many times in my lifetime, especially over my weight loss journey, is shifting my thinking about activity. First of all, I don't even recognize the word exercise really, because to me it's a four-letter word. I know that's not that way for everybody. It is for me. As soon as you say exercise, I think of a really difficult, like hour-long class. It's got to be a big thing. It's got to hurt, and I don't enjoy it. I think of actually a class I went to recently that I could not walk for days afterwards because my back hurt so bad. So I tend to try and think along the lines of activity. Now, what's the difference? Well, activity just seems like you're moving a little bit more. You're doing something that you enjoy. It might not be looked at as specifically as exercise, but it isn't sitting on the couch. It's moving. And I think that's what's most important. I think another thing that's important is to keep in mind it doesn't need to be long. And one of the best things you can do to get started, if you're kind of a couch potato lately, or if you find yourself sitting too much, is tell yourself 5 minutes. Just start with 5, because usually you'll do more. But if you don't, it's 5 minutes more than you would have been doing before, right? The second thing you need to do is find something you love. If you hate running, don't commit to running, because you're not going to do it. And then maybe you'll try it once, and then that will be it. Maybe you have a friend who does something that you're like, oh, I wish I could do what they do, but you're just not really physically in that place. Don't try to do it. Start where you are, find something you actually enjoy, and then it won't feel so much like exercise. We also tend to negate some of the things that are exercise, or activity. Stop saying exercise, right? Things that are activity that we tend to kind of forget about. Things like gardening, cleaning our house, just dancing around a little bit. Maybe, you just put on some music while you're at home. But find that activity you love. Maybe it's walking. Maybe it's swimming. This time of year, that might be indoors. Unless you're visiting from a really cold place to here, people tend to get in the pools here in January, when most of us from here wouldn't go anywhere near it. Maybe you love to go hiking, so get outside and do some hiking. You live in a place where you can ski or snowshoe or, have to shovel. That's activity, whether it's something you want to do or not. But it counts. It gets you moving. So maybe it's that kind of activity. Tennis, cycling, pickleball. I don't care. Whatever you're doing, find something that you love. And try a few things. Maybe you do a class. If you are somebody who maybe you don't know that you can do much more than something in a chair, there's all sorts of chair yoga that you can find online. So maybe it's just doing some research online for some classes that you can get started with. I love doing yoga, so maybe that's something you might also enjoy. Get that stretching in. Helps with our balance as we get older. We definitely need that kind of thing. So do a little research. Start looking into some different activities. See what you like. Try something once. Maybe, you'll love it. Maybe you won't. If you don't force yourself to do it. If you're the type who likes to work out alone, that's fine. Work out alone. Do what works for you. Some people prefer to make it kind of a group thing. They find that accountability is a much better way to force them to get out and do something. Find yourself a group. Lots of research can be done online. There's also a lot of classes still being offered online because they started during COVID. So maybe that's another way to start getting to know some things that are out there, finding what you love before hopping into something a little more public. But try to get yourselves out of your seats. Do a little bit, maybe set an alarm as a reminder to get up and move. A lot of the fitness trackers will set like in every hour kind of thing to get up and walk. So at least get up and walk around your house or your office or wherever you are. Get started that way. But also set that alarm to say, I'm going to do 5 minutes of walking. I'm going to do 5 minutes of gardening. I'm going to stretch for 5 minutes. Whatever it is. Just try to get a little more movement. If you've got a favorite activity, something that you love to do that maybe others might be interested in researching, put it in the comments below. If you do an online class that you love doing that you think others might be interested in attending also, put that link in the comments down below. Let's get ourselves started. If you have something you do that helps remind you to get moving or encourages you to get moving, then again, share that with us in the comments down below. All right? I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and we will see you again next week. Bye.